Well, do you want to play a game?
Yeah. Oh, sure. Did we not? I guess we didn't officially do that.
We didn't officially play a game. Okay, so last week I went to the movie theater and there was this guy that took up 3 seats and he had a giant bag of popcorn in one hand and 3 ices in another. And then what happened? Lisa tells it best.
Well, he put the ices on the floor next to him, and of all things, he pulled a steak out of his briefcase and a steak knife and a fork, and he started cutting it and eating it right there in the theater. Well, Katie tells the next part best.
Yeah, and then a vegetarian walked into the theater because they were watching a vegetarian-themed movie that night, and called Veggies Gone Wild. And they saw this man eating a steak in the middle of the theater and they couldn't believe their eyes. So they whipped out a knife and said, "Let go of that steak, man." But what happened next, Jess tells really well.
Yeah, so they had the knives. All of them actually had individual knives. And they started actually cutting up the meat into tiny little pieces and spreading it among all of the vegetarians. And then the vegetarians started throwing it at him. But there were only so many pieces of this meat, right? So eventually he grabbed all of the meat and he threw it at the screen right as the part came on that was just so ironic. But, Lisa tells this part best.
Right. It was right when the hero was about to kiss the heroine. It was the cucumber, if you remember, finally got the tomato, and the cucumber was bending over as best he could to kiss her. And then all these pieces of meat landed right on the cucumber, right as it was a close-up of her face. But Katie tells the next part best.
Yeah. And as right then the movie ended, and as the credits were rolling, you could just see sort of the bloody part, left over of the meat just sliding down the screen, to which everybody happened to have a glass of wine, and they lifted their glasses of wine and they said, "Cheers to that." The end.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. That was good. I like that story. It's always fun to tell stories. I like to do that with my family.
I think improv with kids is so fun.
Yeah.